Just a Jewel with our host, Arthur Malik.
Welcome to Just a Jew. I'm your host, Arthur Malik. Today I have two phenomenal interns. Actually, they did a couple of my shows, and I think this is going to be a very intriguing show. Let me hear something about you, young man. Who are you?
Well, thank you for having me on your show.
It's a pleasure.
My name is Tristian Walden. I attend White Plains High School. I'm going into my senior year. I want to go into the service for right now and live my life.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about you.
Oh, thanks for having me on the show, first of all.
Great.
Name is Edward. I'm 27 years old. Just finished up my senior year over at Mercy College over in Dobbs Ferry, and I'd like to do something within the television communications department.
Okay, first and foremost, I just want to say that I sincerely appreciate you guys, because right now, guys you age, you robbing someone, sticking up someone, selling drugs, and doing a lot of things that really is tearing down our communities. Mm-hmm. But you guys are doing something productive in media. So how do you see, or what do you see yourself in 5 years, Tristian?
I see myself either in the service, doing combat photography, living life traveling, or I see myself in college, getting an education, trying to better myself, make money in the future. So it's all a build-up. It's all something that you need to do. You can't just live in a dump or live at your mom's house until you're 25. You know what I mean? Get out the house. You have to be uncomfortable to be comfortable.
So, Ed, to you, do you think that money is the compelling factor to make a person human?
I mean, if you're saying like if it makes the person who they are,
yes.
See, for me, it's gonna be a little bit difficult, because I don't think that money will make everything, but it does help. Money definitely it could drive you or it could corrupt you. That's what I feel. So it depends on how you were brought up. If you were born into it, you won't, probably won't care for it as much. Or if you're born without it, you might be like, you'll understand and you'll be able to use it for you and for a benefit you in the future. Yeah.
So you think money corrupts people? That's what you're saying. Money can corrupt people?
It could corrupt, or it could do wonders.
So do you think that people are in control of themselves, or money are in control of people?
I've always believed that you're always in control of your own destiny. I know there will always be bumps in the road, and sometimes money could be the reason for that bump or other factors, but I believe you control your own destiny.
Same question to you, Tristian.
Well, money is power in this type of society that we live in. So I feel that money is a resource. If you're born with that resource, you know how to maneuver and get what you want. And if you're not born with that resource, then you have that drive. You have that work. I need to get that, or I'm going to get that. I want that, so I'm going to get it. So I feel that it's all an eye-opener. And money could be either the root of evil, or it could be your savior. So it goes both ways. It's something that could go from one end of the spectrum to the other.
So if money is power, then the initial question was, what's stronger, the person or the money? And you said money is power, but you never mentioned that the person who obtained money is also powerful. What do you say about that?
Well, the person is powerful, but without the money, who are you? Because, for example, some of these athletes in the NBA, some of these athletes in the NFL, they're not worth it. They made it pro. They had something, but the money is what makes them. So it's all something that has to come together. So you can't have an impowerful person with money, or you can't have a person with money that's impowerful. That's my personal opinion.
It's beautiful, because before the cameras were rolling, we was talking about there's no right or wrong. And I think that you generalized that particular statement. But to me, in order to obtain something, you have to understand that you're a powerful individual. You just said that you want money. Money isn't chasing you, right? But because money is not powerful enough to find you. Your mentality, your mindset, your perception, your agenda in life, this is the power that's instilled in you, will cause you to either remain poor or to obtain your richness. So to me, it's the power of man that obtains money. Money doesn't obtain man.
You do have a point. There is that end of the spectrum, or that perspective, but money does also corrupt. So being in that fact that if you could be born without money, you're going to want money. You need money in this world to survive. So you're going to have a drive for it. I feel that if you're born with money, you don't have as much of a drive. You get whatever you want. It's all right there for you.
Are you a thief?
No.
Can I give you $1,000 to drive a getaway car right now? And I want to rob a bank after this show. Can I give you $1,000 to rob a getaway car for me?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want to ruin my future over a
Because you
certain
are more
amount of money.
powerful than money. You see how you just said money corrupts? Why can't I corrupt you then? Why can't
Well,
I tempt you with that?
everybody does have a price.
Everybody has a price? But I disagree with that because some people, when you're morally intact, you can't give me anything to go contrary to my morals. If you're morally intact, you see, those who are not morally intact, then they may, oh yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it. I might get away. You see? What do you think about that?
It's very tempting. The same exact scenario, right? Same exact, like people have always said in the movies or like in TV show, but also in real life, everyone has a price. And depending on their situation, someone may really need some funds and that need, and they're like, oh, hey, how's the quickest way I can get to it? But just like he was saying too, like I'm not trying to ruin my future. I'm not trying to jeopardize anything. Maybe I have a kid on the way. Maybe like my brother or like my family member is sick and I need to do everything I can to take care of them. But like you said, yeah, I could easily like corrupt you that way too. So.
Right, but what I'm trying to point, because there's a lot of young people that may watch this particular show.
Right.
And I need them to understand that you shouldn't give so much power to money. You have to understand that the power exists within you. Because if you don't go for what I just offered you,
Right.
it's showing how powerful you are, right? Your kid might be in a hospital and you have doctor bills and you still say, nah, I'm not gonna rob that bank. You showing how powerful you are, not the money, and you really need the money.
Right.
So we have to understand the power that exists within us. And when we understand that, we won't really fall for a lot of tricks that society plays on us.
Right.
Right? We won't fall for it. Now, do you have a girlfriend?
Yes, I do.
How long you had a girlfriend? How long y'all been together?
In October 13th, it will be 5 years.
And I'm pretty sure y'all heard this question a million times, right? If somebody right now say they give you $2 million to have sex with your girlfriend, would you allow it?
Oh, someone else.
Yeah, someone else. Yeah.
No.
I'm giving you $2 million.
No, not happening.
Would you ask her first?
Yes.
What if
I
she
would.
say yes? I'll do it if you want to, honey.
Oh man, because then I go being the controlling boyfriend said no. I still said no.
You would say
You-
still say
yeah,
no?
I still said no.
Okay.
No.
What was your response?
Well, I don't have a girlfriend right now, but if I did have a girlfriend, no.
No for the $2 million?
No. I don't share. So what's mine is mine.
Okay.
If I obtain it, then
$10 million.
no. No amount of money. If I'm in love with that female,
Right. And
Why-
she say yes.
no. It's my relationship. It's our
Yeah,
relationship.
it's ours.
It's
yeah.
our relationship. Everything goes two ways, but I feel that if I'm in a relationship, she should have that right state of mind or that mentality that I have. Like no amount of money should be able to split us apart.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're in
So
this
money
together.
can't corrupt you.
Money can't corrupt you, but it can corrupt you.
Can it corrupt you? You.
Me personally,
Tristian,
no.
yeah. So it can't. What about you?
No, when I was younger, maybe. But now that I'm older, now that I've seen things, I've seen people throw their lives away because with money. That's not something that I would ever want for myself. I work
agree.
for everything that I have. I earn it.
It feels better.
Yeah.
No, that's very profound because once upon a time, I can be corrupted by money. You know why? Because I used to worship money. Really, I did. And when you worship something, you'll do anything for that particular thing that you worship, right? But now I respect it. You see? So now I won't. It's not easy to corrupt me for money now because I respect it, opposed to worshiping. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, okay, so I will be getting my degree. So I look at myself, hopefully in the city, working for a major network, television network, anywhere, ABC, NBC, Fox. I'd like to go for the sports networks because I really like watching sports, and I'd like to be a cameraman of camera operations down on the field or wherever, NBA, NFL, wherever.
So do you think you will be there in 5 years?
Oh,
Or that's-
yeah, definitely. Definitely, I see myself because as soon as I said I'm done with this internship, I'm starting to make the moves already and the connections where I need to be.
What about you?
Well, like I said before, I see myself in the service, doing combat photography, or either building my life. I just want to be in a position in life where I can wake up and say I love going to work. I don't want to wake up on a Monday, oh, I got to go to work. I don't like my coworkers, or I don't like this. Either I want to be my own boss or just love what I do. Why wake up and regret something that you did in your past life or something that you did in the past when you can build and work for it? It feels better, like knowing the fact that you worked for it, you put your blood, sweat, and tears into something, and it works out.
You ever had a job before?
Yes.
Doing what?
Well, I used to work with the elderly through Family Services of Westchester. I worked with the elderly with Alzheimer's, and it's just a humbling moment because, you know, they're not as capable to do certain things as you, so helping them out, and with age comes wisdom. So listening to them, you become wiser, and it's all a humbling moment.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. What about you? You've worked.
Yes, yeah, I've had different kinds of jobs over the years. I've been a babysitter. I've worked retail, still working retail. Worked local cable, and I've done other jobs over at the Youth Bureau.
I'm gonna spin this. I'm gonna spin this for a second.
All right.
There's a barrier in today's society between the youth and the adults. What do you guys think caused this particular barrier?
When they change from youth to adult, or what?
No,
You know, the difference.
there's
Yeah.
the barrier that you know the youth disrespect adults now.
Oh yeah.
Blatantly, right?
Yeah.
The adults disrespect the youth also, or they're afraid of the youth. So
Right.
this is a barrier that prevents us from gelling. What do you think caused this particular barrier?
From what I've seen, from school, from like anywhere, like in White Plains, or it's pretty much how they were raised, the time period, and obviously it depends on how like the parents were brought up too, and how the kids were brought up. Because when you have the young kids having kids at a young age, maybe they weren't ready to have kids, so they're going to still act like children, and their kids are going to see that and think, hey, I could do that too. You know, I don't. Whenever I see an adult, they're just like another person. Like if they make me angry, I'm going to act out, and no one's going to hold me accountable. Because my mom or dad did the same thing, and nothing's happening to them.
Great answer.
Just to build up to that, it is an influence. Wherever you're influenced or wherever you feel comfortable doing certain things, you're going to do those certain things no matter what people think. And we come up in a society where certain people say, do what you want, live your life, don't think about what other people say about you, what other people think about you. And then you have the other side where people are scared of what other people think about, or they're worried about what other people think about them. And I feel that you shouldn't have to like worry about that. If I want to go do something, then go do it. If you have a passion for something, go do it. Why not better yourself, or why not better the world because of someone else's opinion? It shouldn't be, oh, I can't do this because my mom didn't do it, my dad didn't do it, or my friends say I can't do it. It should be, okay, well, they say I didn't do it, well, now I'm going to work 10 times harder to get to that point in my life, or to get to that point where I need to better myself or get better. Mm-hmm. So it's all influences or where you come from as a person. So if you're brought up in a good home, you have a good life, good action, hopefully, but there's always
a good chance.
There's a good chance. There's always that other side where you can spiral out or you could get corrupted. So it's all a learning moment. It's all how you're brought up, how you're breeded. So
I don't like to use the word problem. So I'm not going to say we spoke of the problem, but we spoke of the situation. Now, what will be the resolve for this particular situation, the barrier?
Well, a good solution could be, let's see, multiple. Everybody stops worrying about what everybody else is trying to do and live your life. You don't need to wake up. Like some people wake up and say, how can I ruin this person's life? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's sad to say that, but that's how.
I'm talking about the resolve to bring the respect back from the youth to the elders and from the elders to the youth. How could we resolve that and bring back that respect that's lost?
Well, there's many solutions. You could have the adults or the elderly or the older people sit down and talk with the kids. Like you have to be into society to understand society. So you can't a way to break down the barrier is just sit and talk. And that also comes with perceptions. If I perceive you to be a bad person, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to associate with myself. But why make that assumption if you don't know me? So I feel that the youth and the adults can just sit down and talk to each other. It's not something that needs to be a huge intervention, but it would be nice to have that comfort that, oh, I can have somebody to talk to. And the adults, the same thing, because everybody's human.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, the back, off of him, what he's saying, same thing. A lot of like the old school adults were raised a certain way, so when they see some of us, the way we act, the way we talk, the way we walk, they just automatically assume where we come from, like this kind of household or this kind of neighborhood, and they don't really know what we've gone through, or maybe we just enjoy the look, but we might come from like a even, I guess you could say, more privileged neighborhood, a privileged way to bring it up, but they'll never know that because, like he said, they will always see us like that, and just getting to talk to people, getting to know them, being able to chance to sit down and say, hi, what's your name? How, what do you like or what do you not like or what's on your mind? And just having someone say like that they enjoy listening to you just feels good. Whatever it is, like you may be like always, I don't want to say depressed, but you may always be, down, or you may be like a really hothead sometimes, and just people don't understand that sometimes. And to be able to someone to say, I'll take the time to listen, that just feels good, no matter what age you're from.
Okay, right now I want y'all to talk as if you're talking to an adult, right? Because adults are watching the show, they're going to watch it.
Right.
And I want you to, what do you expect from them? Just the adults. What do you expect from the adults of today's society?
What we expect from adults in
What do
today's
you
society.
expect? I want
Me
personally you. What do you expect? You may see some adults sagging their jeans, right? You may see a 40-year-old man, 50-year-old man sagging his pants. You may see a 40-year-old man, 50-year-old man disrespecting women. So what are your expectations from adults in today's society?
Well, the expectation with adults is the same as children. If you treat me with respect, I'll treat you with respect. If you want, you treat others the way you want to be treated. So that's the moral of every story. If you want to be treated with respect, then treat me with respect. And men disrespecting women, women disrespecting men, there's always going to be that double standard. So men live around that, like just get through it. It's not hard. Sit down and talk to somebody if you have something on your mind. You don't have to hit a woman. That's never okay. It doesn't make you more of a man. But women too. You have to go both ways. It can't just lean on one gender or lean on the other. It's everybody.
You tell me what you want from the men. I'm going to ask him what he expects from the women.
So what I expect from the men, if you have children, lead by example. Don't sag your pants and then come home and say, oh, you have to get straight A's in school. I want you to do the best for yourself. You have to lead by example. So don't contradict yourself in front of your child. That's number one. Number two, never hit a female. That's never been okay. It never will be okay. And just live life. Don't wake up, oh, I have to go mess with this person. I got to go bother this person. Just be yourself. Why waste time trying to mess somebody else up or mess your child's life up when you can better yourself? Why waste time?
What are your expectations from women in today's society?
Pretty much, because I was raised to always, like you said, to always respect women, to always have, make sure that that you always like treat them with kindness and fairness the same way you would. For today's society, I see way too much of women seeking attention, putting their focus with, going outside with barely any clothes on. And then they wonder why, like, people, like anybody, like other girls are just dudes ogling them or like hitting them up for the wrong reasons. So in today's society, I think that we need to get back to the women just just focusing on themselves to be better. Modesty, exactly. There you go. That's what I was looking for. And they don't always have to play like these mind games all the time, because unfortunately it might cause a gentleman to stray, just like Tristian said. So just for them to be able to believe in themselves too, and not always play, the victim card too, because I believe that a woman could do what a man could do too. There are some jobs, that kind of crosses, that threshold, but I think that they should be a little more modest and have a little bit more self-respect.
Now, what about the youth of today? What are your expectations from them?
stop trying to be a fake gangster. All honesty, stop trying to be a fake gangster. If you're not about that life, don't try to live it. You have way more resources and things to do in the world than try to be a fake gangster. You can make your own money by getting a job and earning it. It feels way much better going out working for the money than stealing from somebody or being a thief. It's not worth it in the end, because then you're putting your life in jeopardy, and it's not worth it. Females, it's the same way. Don't disrespect. Don't throw everything on a man. Don't throw everything on a woman. Try to get around everything. Everything can be done by both genders, so it doesn't matter. And be yourself. If a man says you're ugly, you're not ugly. Everybody's beautiful in your own way, so it doesn't matter.
But let me just touch on that. You just said, be yourself. Today's society is so hard because not everyone know who they are.
It is, and that comes with the adults, like you said
Exactly.
before. So an influence from an adult, if you see an adult doing it, it's obviously okay, or that's what you're thinking, but it's not.
Who are you?
Yeah.
I'm Tristian Walden. I'm Tracy Walden's son. I'm my own man. So
Who
that's
are
who
you?
I am.
I'm Edward Zekus. I am son to Rodolfo and Shirley Zekus, and I try to be the best that I can be.
See, I asked that question to multiple people, and not many get it right. Who's Michael Jordan?
Best basketball player to ever live.
Who's Michael Jordan?
Best
You see?
basketball- Yep.
I just asked you, who are you? Who are you? You told me your names. I asked you, who is Michael Jordan? You said he's the best basketball player. Now, what is Michael Jordan?
African-American man.
And you're going to say, what you just described what he is. When I said who he is, you said he's the best basketball player. That's what he is,
Yes.
right? So it's a difference between who you are and what you are. And oftentimes we can't make the distinction because we never learned who we are. We always learned what we are. You see, you can't tell me who Michael Jordan is because you never sat down, you never got intimate with him. You don't know his likes and dislikes. Or you can tell me what he is because you read so much about him. So it's imperative that we understand who we are opposed to what we are. And who we are is much more important than what we are, because that drives us to who we can become, what we can become in life, who you are.
Most
You
definitely.
see? And a lot of people in today's society are lost when it comes to who they are. So it's easy for us to sit here and say, we shouldn't do this, they shouldn't do this, but they still are lost. So it's important that we're doing what we're doing now, outside of TV. We communicate, we sit down, we converse with people to try to, so we won't be lost. We need to help each other find each other.
Exactly. So adults can help children. It's all a learning experience. Children learn from adults all the time. Adults learn from children all the time. A big role is technology. Not a lot of adults. Technology coming up, it's slow for them. They don't know. So they can learn from children. And children, older technology or even older past events.
And that's what and I have to get on adults for a minute also, because oftentimes they're not, especially in today's society, they forget. And I always make this statement. One of the worst parents are parents who forget that they was once a child. Right? And when they forget this, they are so harsh. They are so hard on children. But forgetting that when you was a child, you didn't want adults to be hard on you. You see?
Exactly.
So we have to come to the realization that you were once a child, and you should be more compassion. You should show more
Sympathetic.
humility, sympathetic, everything when it comes to a child. You know, and the children have to understand that this is the place that you want to reach. The apex that you want to reach is adulthood. So you should respect those who already reached that because they have something to show you. So it has to be mutual respect, as you guys said earlier. It has to be mutual
It
respect.
always goes both ways.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So you guys are. This is an excellent show right here because the answers, the responses is very, very intelligent responses for you guys' ages. And you're 27 and you're 17, but the mindset is much more older than your particular ages. You know? But I wish sincerely that whoever you come upon, you touch them with your tongue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Share that information. And off the camera, you said that you wanted to be a counsel. You wanted to counsel people and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, after finishing up with television, I like to do what my mentor over at Mercy, he was in this CBS business with CBS TV Broadcasting. That he's back. He got his master's, and he's the one that is in charge of the Department of Film and Television. And what he does is when he's not arranging all the classes and when he's not giving his own classes, he's doing lectures about how to get into the industry, how to better yourself, your camera work, lighting, radio, anything. And so that's something that I'm like, wow, I would like to be just like that. I'd pass on my knowledge, and it's not just always on television and radio, it's other stuff too. When it comes to, like, working at school or papers, anything like that, he's there to always tell you what to do and what not to do, or just help you on the way.
What have you guys learned as being an intern here? Give me something that you learned that you can take with you that you've learned here as an intern.
Well, something that I've learned.
Yes.
Everybody has a different attitude towards everything. And even though their views might not be changeable, or they might not look at things a certain way that you do, there's always a way that you guys can compromise. If you look at something left and I look at something right, there's always a middle. There's always somewhere where I can help you out and you can help me out. So even if you're old or you're young, it doesn't matter. So that's one thing I learned. Another thing I learned is just have fun, enjoy my childhood. I'm not going to be a child for much longer, so why not live it?
He's right. Just like you said, each show brought different kinds of characters, different kinds of people onto the show. And some people you would think, oh yeah, this person's a pastor, this person's a lawyer, this person's whatever, and then they open up more, and then they tell you something that you would never think like would happen or you would ever meet in like however long. So yeah, it's amazing the kinds of people that you meet. So always be ready and always listen. Just like Tristian said, it doesn't matter. You don't have to disagree or you always have to agree. Just there has to be that middle point and always that respect too.
But you guys are definitely always ready, and I just want to point out, we have to point out that this is the first show that you guys have ever been on, which is Just a Jew with Arthur Malik.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
Yeah.
So now when y'all reach your apex,
You always have to get cut in, you know? So if I'm a millionaire,
don't forget that you was on my show.
I know. I can't leave you out.
No,
I can't leave you out.
don't say if, when.
Yeah, when.
When.
We have to speak things into fruition. So I always really don't like to deal with belief. So you have to have that confidence, that certainty in you that you're going to obtain
mentality.
what you want to obtain. Not the belief. Belief is weak. It's shaky. So you have to have that confidence, that certainty that you're going to obtain what you wish to obtain, or you'll never reach it.
Right. Exactly.
All right. So when you become that millionaire, you might
Get a little something on the side.
hit
You
me
know?
something on the side. All right, we definitely running out of time, but it was definitely a pleasure to have.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And Tristian, it was beautiful, man. You guys are fantastic, man. Seriously, man. Keep that intellect, keep that perception that you guys have, and continue to evolve. All right, this is Just a Jew with Arthur Malik, man. Stay blessed, stay safe, and remember that you are not better than anyone. The adults are not better than the youth are not better than adults. We all can learn from each other. Let's keep evolving. Peace.
Just a Jewel with our host, Arthur Malik.